It's 5 o'clock on a Wednesday, which means it's time for
Craig and Ryland Magic Review Show.
I'm Craig.
I'm Ryland.
And welcome to another episode. We've got 4 products, brand new items on this show. And I got to be honest, there's a couple of clunkers, there's a couple that aren't that great. But we are going to perform everything that we review, aren't we?
Yeah.
And we're going to be starting with one of the hottest items in Magic at the moment. A lot of people are talking about it. We're going to be talking about Peter Eggink's coin to glass. So let's get straight on with the first review. Right, so the first item we've got is CTG, Peter Eggink CTG, which I think stands for coin to glass, I imagine. This is a brand new item. Now, you don't know this because you've never been to Blackpool, but I remember a couple of years ago, the big hit at Blackpool was coin to can, and it was on Peter Eggink's stand, and he was making a coin disappear. He was making it appear inside a can. It was really, really cool. I've got one. I don't think I've ever shown it you. This is...
You have FIFA.
Oh, I'll show you. Well, this is kind of an extension of that. The whole idea is that a coin disappears and appears inside a glass. Now, I'm going to perform it for you, and then me and Riley are going to talk about how it works and what we think, yeah? So, right, I've got a pack of cards, I have a glass, and I have a coin. We're going to use the 10p for this, okay? Now, the coin can be signed, and normally I would imagine that the best thing to do would be to have the coin signed. But here's what we're going to do. I'm not going to do it without the coin signed. I'm going to take the glass. I'm going to put the glass on top of the pack of cards. Is that fair, Ryalnd?
Yeah.
Now, I want you to watch very, very carefully. I'm going to put that right there. Watch the coin. It's going to happen on the count of 3. Watch this. 1, 2, 3. And just like that, the coin disappears. And did you see it land? Right there, underneath the glass, right there, we have the coin. And it's a signed coin. It can be examined. And that is coin to glass. Boom. So that's it. You take a glass, cover it up. You put it, let me just put that over there. You put it onto, you put the glass on the pack of cards. Coin disappears and it appears on the pack of cards. Me and Ryland have both looked at this. He knows how it works. I know how it works. As normal with a lot of these shows, we've got a massive difference of opinion. He really likes it, don't you?
Yeah.
I really don't like it. Now, I'm going to be honest with you right now. It breaks my heart to tell you this because I consider Peter Eggink one of the best creators of magic ever. Like, he's one of those guys that I buy his stuff sight unseen. I think he's absolutely amazing. However, I have to be honest. And I am going to be completely honest when I say that I just do not like this routine at all. Now, why do you like it? Tell me why you like it.
Because you get a coin and it goes onto a glass.
So you like it because of that moment where the coin appears underneath the glass. Yeah. See, he likes the trick because of his lack of experience and his lack of knowledge. I don't mean that in a bad way, but you've not been doing magic for that long, his lack of knowledge. So first of all, this is a gimmick deck of cards. So you have to carry a gimmick deck of cards around with you to do the trick. You would be maybe doing a card trick and you'd switch this in and you'd do the routine, but you get a gimmick deck of cards. The glass is regular and it is a genuine signed coin as long as you've got a coin that you kind of prepped. You need to match that coin. Other than that, you got to have the coin, you got to have the deck of cards specifically to do this trick. And it's only one moment of magic. So you make the coin disappear, it vanishes, and it appears in the glass. You can't then repeat that and do it again. You can't have a multi-phase coin to glass. You can't have, like he talks about how you can do it with a note or you can do it with a ring. Well, you couldn't then say, well, let's take this one step further. Let's do it with a note. Let's take it even further. Let's do it with a borrowed ring. You literally, it's one shot. Now, for me, there's very few tricks where you've got one moment of magic and that moment of magic is strong enough to carry around all this stuff because you've got to carry a pack of cards around. You need a few other bits and pieces around with you as well. It's just not strong enough. It really isn't. Especially when you consider the price. It's like over £100.
What?
It's over £100 to do this trick. If you're gonna want, first of all, if you're gonna want to use a gimmicked deck of cards to do this, I think the John Kennedy power pack style thing is the best. And if you've not seen that, it's the same sort of thing. The only difference is the glass is inverted. So you have a deck of cards. Hang on a minute, let me do this. So you have a deck of cards, and you put the deck here, and you have 3 coins, and one at a time, you take the coins, you squeeze, you make them disappear, and they go in the glass. It's like a 3 coins across, and it uses a gimmick deck of cards, a little bit like Peter's, but the difference is you can do it over and over and over and over again. It's a lot cleaner. If you're going to carry a gimmick deck of cards around with you, I would much prefer to use that, because I don't know how long that deck of cards that comes with this is going to last. I mean, it's well made, don't get me wrong, but you are using things, I don't want to give anything away, but you are using stuff in that trick. It's made in a particular way where you're using elements that might break, which is why Peter says at the beginning of the download, I'm giving you extras in case it does break, this is how to fix it, which suggests to me he knows at some point it'll break. The Kennedy one will never break, but forget about the Kennedy one, Ryland. Do you still like it after everything I've said?
Yeah.
You still like it after everything I said? You can do that exact same trick with a regular coin and a regular pack of cards.
What?
You can do that exact same trick, but the difference is you can actually have the routine build. You see, one of my big problems with that is it's a one-phase thing. It's over and it's done. And the coin, although you give the coin out to be examined at the end, you can't examine the deck of cards. You can't then use that deck of cards to go into another card trick. The deck of cards, you have to put it away fairly quickly. Although you can give the coin back, the cards can't be examined, right? And I think there's a lot of heat on the deck as you're taking... Why are you putting a glass onto a deck in order to do the routine? Why is that happening? If you could make a coin go underneath a glass, why aren't you just putting it on the glass or onto the spectator's hand? The deck is obviously suspicious and you can't examine the deck of cards. With a switch, you can examine the coin. Oh, the other thing I don't like about it, right, is it doesn't look like the coin lands. It looks like it just appears there. It looks like it can't really move when it's under the glass. It just appears. I would much rather prefer to have the coin almost fall into position, a bit like the Kennedy routine. But like I say, the big problem is it doesn't build from a routining point of view. So I'm going to show you a routine that I do that uses just a regular pack of cards and a regular coin. And so, Ryan, I know we've not prepped this and you don't know what's going to happen, but look, the only coin I've got at the moment is a little Harry Potter Hedwig coin. Examine it, check it out, make sure it's okay. Normally, I either borrow a coin and have it signed, or I use a $50 and I incorporate it into a longer routine. Have a look at the glass, make sure the glass is okay, check it out, is the glass all right? And it's a regular pack of cards that you could have been using at any point. You can check the cards, you can check the case out, you can make sure that everything's okay. Yeah? Are they good? Happy?
I think so.
Cool. Excellent. Brilliant stuff. Right, so here we go, right? You're going to grab a card, just say stop, or just take one, whatever. That one there, you sure? Show the card to everyone, do not show it to me. Okay, just say stop.
Stop.
Put the card back there. Whoa, there we go. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get back to it in a minute. I'm going to put the cards inside the box, and I want you to remember that before I did anything, the cards went inside the box. All right?
Yeah.
So we got the coin, we got the pack, we got the glass. Now the idea, Ryland, is to get the coin from the hand into the glass. That's the goal. Yeah. If you just blow, it disappears from the hand and it goes right there inside the glass. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Now it works every single time. If I just do this, it goes inside the glass again. Now, when I do this, people say I'm cheating. Now, you don't think I'm cheating, do you, buddy? No. But most people do think I'm cheating, and they think that somehow, some way, I'm sneaking it into the glass. So I'll tell you what, to prove that's not the case, I'm going to put the pack of cards over the glass. Is that fair?
Yeah.
So now I can't sneak it in. And anyway, look, I'll hold the coin here with the back of my hand towards the card box. And if I just do that, look at that. It goes through the hand, through the box, into the glass. It's kind of cool, right? But you know what I'm going to try and do? I'm going to try and go one step further, and I'm going to try and get the coin right there on top of the pack of cards. I've told you what's going to happen. Done. See, that's when the coin disappears, and it travels right there. You know what? Sometimes that happens. I'm really sorry. Sometimes it goes underneath the pack of cards. It goes too far. That's my mistake. I'm really sorry. I'll do it again. Look, I'll do it again. Watch the coin. What I have to do is say go.
Go.
See, that's when it goes, and it goes right there under... It's done it again. It's under... Oh. Well, you know what? That can only mean one thing. Check this out. Do you see a...
I see a golden thing.
Gap? Do you see a gap right there?
Yeah, I also see a golden thing.
You see a golden thing, do you? Look, check this out. Watch.
Oh, yeah.
If I just cut right there where the gap is...
What the...
Is that the Hedwig coin right there? It is. Turn it over. It's the Hedwig coin. Right next to one card and one card only. What was the name of your card? Have you forgotten?
A bit.
Would it be that one? Three of spades. How can you forget the card, dude? There is the 3 of spades. And that is why Hedwig is such a magical creature. There you go. So, I hope that's made my point. Listen, from a routining point of view, and I'm going to educate you again right now. From a routining point of view, when you're performing magic, yeah, you can do one phase. And if it's a strong enough trick and that one phase is really, really strong, then okay. But what's better is to build and have each phase build on the next phase. And if you think about the routine I've just shown you, the coin goes in the glass, then it goes in the glass again, then it goes in the glass whilst the pack of cards is on it, then it goes under the deck of cards, and then it finds the selected card. So each phase builds, right? Yeah. Each phase builds. The other thing is, you could argue that there's no phase in the routine I showed you where the coin disappears and appears there. But like I said earlier, I think having a coin actually land inside a glass is more impressive than have it just appear there. No layman is ever going to say, well, you know what, Mr. Magician, that would have been a lot better if the coin just appeared right there on the pack of cards instead. Nobody would say that. But this is a regular deck of cards. I can then take this deck and go into a regular deck. I can borrow the glass. I can borrow a coin. I can do exactly the same thing that Peter's doing, except I don't have to have a deck of cards, which at some point will probably break and need to be fixed. And hopefully it won't break in the middle of performance. I'm not going to have to carry something extra around with me that I'm going to need to access in order to do the routine. I'm just going to be able to do that right there. Now, what do you now think of the trick? Think seriously, right? I want you to... No. Think about what I just showed you with CTG, and now think of that. Think of the one phase. Think about... But bear everything in mind. One can be examined, one can't. What do you now think of it?
I think yours is very good, that one's very bad.
No, I don't want you to just say that because you're my dad. You're my dad? That's weird. Because I'm your dad. Be honest.
No, it's true.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
See, that's the point I'm trying to make. I really don't like the trick. I think that if you release a trick that's valued at over £100, you have to be bringing something completely different to the table that is groundbreakingly good. But there's nothing groundbreakingly good with CTG. There's no difference between that and the Power Pack thing by Kennedy. There's really not. I mean, there's no difference. You can't multi-pack. I really don't like it. I really don't like it. I just don't like it. Look, here's the thing. I'm going to give this, and as I say, I hope Peter doesn't take this personally, because I consider him an amazing creator, and I'm sure his next release is going to be amazing, but I have to give this 0%, because I'm never going to use it. I don't think... You're giving it 0. Earlier on, you were giving it 100%. What's the difference?
0.
Why?
Because I like yours, and that one can't be examined. Yours can.
Okay.
And I bet you someone will ask to examine it.
I think they will, because, or it maybe, I don't know if they will or not, because I'm never planning on performing in the real world. But I know when I do this, people want to see the card case. I don't know. I just really don't like it. And as I say, I hope Peter doesn't take this to heart. But I have to be on it. I have to be on it. If I'm not honest on this review show, then I've got nothing. It gets 0%. And I know I've heard on the grapevine that the Prop Dog guys did a review. I haven't seen it, but I know that they were asked to change their review. After reviewing this, they were asked to change the review. There is no way on God's green earth that this review is ever going to be changed. It's my opinion. If you don't like it, that's fine. But my opinion is 0%. Let's move on. Hey, just a quick edit. Ryland's gone. Just a quick edit on that last trick of Peter Eggink's. If you want to save money and you don't want to buy that, anybody who wants to learn my version of that trick that I just showed Ryland, if you'd like to, I'm going to put a video together explaining how that whole routine works and all of the different sleights. It's not that difficult. It's fairly easy. It's a signed coin. It's a regular pack of cards, and it's any glass. If you want to learn how to do that, there'll be a link down below. Just click on the link, put in your email address, and I will send you a link to an unlisted video. I don't do tutorials, but I'll send you a link through to an unlisted video. I'll explain how to do that, and you can do it with stuff that you've got lying around your house, and it won't cost you £100 plus. Okay, so if you do want it, and you don't want to go for the Peter Eggink trick, and you want to learn how to do the thing is that I did, just put your email down, click on the link at the top of the description in the YouTube, and click on the link and I'll get it sent over to you. I'll send you over the unlisted link. Just do me a favour and don't share it with anyone. Okay, thanks very much. Okay, so the next review is Timeless Pro, maybe Timeless 2.0 by Vanishing Ink and Montier. You know what? This is one of the very first tricks that Vanishing Ink brought out many, many years ago. And I remember seeing Andy Gladwin, one half of Vanishing Ink, at the old International Magic Convention. And he was walking around the dealer, so was I, and he showed me this. And I was blown away. I was absolutely floored. I've been doing it ever since it got released. And you've seen me do it, and you wanted it. They've just brought this new version out. And yeah, you've learnt it, you can do it, you love it, don't you?
Yeah.
Are you going to perform it for everyone?
Yeah.
Perform it and then we'll talk about it. Okay, go for it.
Daddy?
Yes, mate?
I've got my watch, and the trick is I'm going to do a challenge.
What's the challenge?
Take the watch off.
Well, it's not that much of a challenge though, is it?
For me, it is.
I suppose it is. He's never worn a watch before, so this is a new experience for him. He desperately wanted to do this trick. Half of the practice has been getting the watch off. Okay, you done?
Yeah.
Okay, show us the trick then.
That's a trick.
Oh, come on, do the proper trick. Come on.
Okay, now, so on a clock, you can take the crown out and you can twist it and it'll change the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So look, change the time.
Yeah?
Yeah. Do you want to get your pinky fingers and pinch it?
Okay, you up here?
Yeah.
You want me to put, oh, the crown's already out. Okay,
Yeah.
so you want me to turn it round?
Yeah. Backwards and forwards. Well, you don't have to do it backwards and forwards. You can do it wherever you want. And when you're happy, just stop.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want to do a bit more backwards and forwards or a bit?
No, I'm okay, I'm good.
Okay. Now, so we're going to put the crown in first. Okay, you're going to do it.
Okay.
Okay, now look at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let me have a look. Yeah, got it, yeah.
Okay. Now you've got the time. I'm going to put it in your hand, and you're going to cover it with your other hand.
Okay, yeah.
There you go.
Okay, cool.
Other hand on top.
Mm-hmm.
Now look at me, and I'll figure out the time.
I'm looking at you.
5:05.
What?
Yeah.
Yes, it was 5
But
past
I
5.
planted that in your mind. You never saw it.
You planted it in my mind?
Yeah, you never saw it.
I don't believe you.
Well, if you don't believe me, the watch is 0 past 0.
What?
There never was any hands.
Check that out. There's no hours. There's no hands on the watch. It is completely blank. That is awesome, man. That is really, really good. So, that is Timeless by Vanishing Ink and Montier. It's an amazing trick. Here's the thing. Obviously, it's a special watch. They've just brought out 2 new versions. This is the Pro. They've also got the hipster version. It's a very well-priced item, considering what you get is a specially made watch. Now, this will last you a lifetime. The nice thing about this routine is it's on your wrist, and you can literally get into it anytime, anywhere. So it's on your watch, when the watch is on your wrist. When you want to perform the routine, you go into it. When you want to put it away, you just put the watch back on your wrist and it'll reset itself, ready for the next table. It's perfect for walk around. It is perfect for walk around. I like it. I'm not a big mentalism fan. I'm not great at mentalism. However, I do like mental magic. I like to dip my toe in the mentalism world. Shut up. I prefer mental magic. And this for me is really mental magic because although it's kind of mentalism, I love the whole idea of the magic of the hands disappearing. It's really cool. I've done this a few times in parlour shows as well. Andy on the download, and the download's great. It's only 16 minutes long, but that's all you need. The download, he explains a way of doing this with 3 spectators in a parlour situation. So you can have 3 people pick cards. You can have 3 people change the time and look at the time. You can tell each person what the time was, and then you can show that there's no hands on the watch. How easy is it?
Easy.
It's really easy, isn't it? I mean, you've been practicing it now for a couple of days, and you can do it already. Obviously, your big problem is getting the watch off your wrist. Put it back on your wrist. There you go. But yeah, it's not difficult to do. If you've got any experience in magic at all, you'll get into it no problem. Like I say, the hardest part, if you're 7 years old, is learning how to actually put a watch on your wrist. But yeah, it's really nice. I can highly recommend it. You know what? I've got a Turner watch, and I've used the Turner watch a few times. I would much rather carry this to a gig if I'm doing walk around than the Turner watch. It's a much stronger item, and it's so much cheaper than the Turner watch. It's ridiculous. I'm going to give this 95%. I've done it for years. I'll continue doing it. What are you going to give it, Ryan?
I'm gonna give it 100.
100% from Ryalnd and 95% from me. I think this is a really great prop. If you are a worker, hey, you managed it. Well done. If you're a worker and you perform, or even if you're just a hobby, whatever it is, it's a really great thing to carry around with you, so you don't get yourself into that situation where somebody says, "Oh, you're a magician. Show me a trick. I've got nothing on me." You carry this around with you. You're ready to go anytime, anywhere. Highly recommended. Right, so the next trick we've got is Richard Griffin's Coke Zag, which is like a stage illusion with a can of Coke, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've both looked at this. I've been the one practicing it, not him. He's been busy practicing stuff with coins. But we both know how it works. I'm going to perform it, and then we're going to talk about it. You know, like when you do a stage show, Ryland, when Daddy does like the stage show and puts like Reagan or Cat in the box, and we can't do that at the moment. So I'm going to do a version with a can of Coke. This is going to be Reagan or Cat. Okay?
Yeah.
And I also have a box that the can fits in, like there. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Is that cool? And you can spin it round. You can see everything that's going on. I'm going to put that right there. And then I also have the top of the box, because every stage illusion needs the top of the box. So there we go. We have the top of the box. We have the can, and hopefully you can see that from the front. Now I also have a blade, because every illusionist needs a blade. And I'm going to try and penetrate and saw the can of Coke in half. Are you ready? I should have some really cool illusion music here, but I haven't, so we'll just go for it. Here we go. The can. There you go. Look at that. Right through. But you know, this wouldn't be a proper zigzag if I don't actually separate the two halves of the can. Check that out. Look at that. It's incredible. I've literally cut the can of Coke in two, but obviously the only way to fix this is to put everything. Can't leave the can like that. So let me just take this.
Leave cat like.
I can't leave cat like that, can I? So let me just put everything back to normal. Let me just put this in here. Let me just take this off. Oh, take the top off. There we go. And you can see that the can from all sides, you can see it from all sides. Let me just take that out. And you could open up the can and you could drink it if you wanted to.
Do it then.
And that is, I don't want to drink it right now. It's probably going to be a bit fizzy. And that is Coke Zag by Richard Griffin. So, let me talk to you a little bit about this trick. What?
Me talk.
Okay, go for it.
Right, first, I've got 3 questions.
You've got 3 questions.
Yeah. Can you change the colour?
Can I change the colour? Can I change the can? That's actually a really good question. Okay, so on the download, you can change it from one can to another. It's set up when you buy it to work with a Coca-Cola, a standard Coca-Cola can. But he explains in the download how you can very, very easily change it for any can. So Pepsi or 7-Up or anything. You'd need probably about half an hour. And some scissors and the can that you want to use. But yes, the easy thing is just to use the can of Coke. But if you've got a reason why you want to use another can, you could use the other can.
Yeah.
What's question 2?
Question 2 is it easy?
You know what? That's a really good question as well. I don't know. It is fairly easy. When I first started doing it, I was thinking, oh my gosh, this is a bit fiddly. This is a little bit fiddly. But it's actually not that hard. I spent probably about an hour practicing and going through the moves over and over again, and I got it to a point that I was really happy with it. I've done it now in a online show. So I've done it in an online show. I think for a Zoom show or a virtual show, I think it's really good. So I did it in a family Zoom show, and it went brilliantly because my presentation was, you know, we're doing this over Zoom. I can't actually do a big illusion, but I've got an idea. We're going to do a big illusion using a can of Coke, and it got a really great reaction. You know, and I was a little bit worried about doing it beforehand, but I did it in the Zoom show, and it went really well. So yeah, what was the third question?
I forgot that.
So it's not important. Third question is not important. Okay. So the angles of this, the angles are really good. You really have to have the audience in front of you. You can't have people directly to the side or behind, but as long as they're in front or sort of angled in a little bit, that's absolutely fine. The angles aren't really too much of an issue. I think this is best in a family show. I think this is best in a family show or a kids show. I think it would work really well in a kids show. I don't think you'd do this I think it's too small for a full-on stage show. I think it'd kind of be a bit weird in a parlor show or a cabaret show. But right time, right place. I think the best place for this is a family show or a kid show. I think it'd kill in a kid show because you can actually bring the presentation in. You know, when I was younger, I wanted to saw my little sister in half, but my mom would never let me. So I used to practice on cans of Coke, and now I think I'm going to be able to do this. Who would like to see me saw this can of Coke in half? And it's almost like presenting a little stage illusion. I like it. I really like it. What do you think of it? You've asked me all these questions. What do you think of it?
I think it's very good.
Do you?
Yeah.
Would you do it?
Yeah.
Would you do this on your YouTube channel?
Yes.
You'd do this on your YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Would you do this in your stage show?
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's the one thing that I'd say to you. It's not suitable at all for close-up. And it kind of annoys me sometimes. I looked at the, it's a little bit like Air last week by Shin Lim. I looked at the ad copy. Nowhere does it say it's not suitable for close-up magic, but it is totally not suitable for any close-up environment. Walk around magic, table magic, it's just not suitable. It needs to be done in sort of
Because you can see how it looks from behind.
Yeah, I mean, you were standing next to me and you could see exactly what I was doing, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you've got someone standing near you or next to you, it's just not going to work. It needs to be in front. But the first time I showed you this, I practiced it before I actually showed him the download, and I showed it you, and you were totally fooled, weren't you?
I figured out how to do a close-up in the shopping mall.
Oh, really? How would you do that then?
Stand by the wall.
Stand by the wall. Yeah, I suppose that'd work. What are you giving this?
100.
100%. Why am I not surprised? You know what? I'm going to give it 80%. I think it's good. It's just, and I do it. I don't think it's the best thing in the world, but I think it'll get a really good reaction when you do it. And I think if you're doing virtual shows at the moment, which, let's be honest, anybody in the UK that's watching this, that's really the only option you got. If you're doing virtual shows, this is killer for a virtual show. I'm definitely going to put this in every virtual show I do. In fact, I've taught myself out of it. I'm going to give it a higher mark. I'm giving it 90%. As I think about it, I think, nah, 90%, because
what percent were you going to give
80, and I've gone up to 90. So it's gone up 10%. I'm going to give this 90%. I really like it. It's highly recommended. Boom.
The final review is Quantum Coins and Cards, and I'm going to perform it.
He absolutely loves this. He wouldn't let me anywhere near him. It's by Gleason and RPR Magic. With the Quantum Coin and Card set, you will have the ability to accomplish appearances, vanishes, transformations, and the world's fastest matrix. You love this, don't you?
Yeah.
Right, we're going to perform it, then we're going to talk about it. All right, so here we go.
Daddy?
Yep.
I've got 4 coins.
Okay.
Okay. And I have got 4 cards. Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to put the coins in the corners. Okay. That's the first one. That's the second one. That's the third one. And that's the fourth one.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Now I'm going to cover them up. Okay.
Yep.
Look, the first one like that.
Yep.
The second one like that. The third one like that. And the fourth one like that. Okay.
Okay, that's fair.
So we've got the 4 coins.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
And then the last one up here.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, right, so we got this one. I'm going to cover it up and snap, and it goes.
Whoa, where does it go?
Well, if you want to know, have a look under there.
There's 2.
Yeah, there's 2.
That's cool.
Look, now we'll do it with this one. So that one's gone. Now let's do it with this one. Look, that's 1. Snap, gone. And it goes over here.
No way. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. And now the last one. Cover up, snap, gone. And they all go under here.
That is brilliant.
Yeah.
Is that the end?
No.
Oh, okay.
And now cover them back up.
Mhm.
Okay. Snap, 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 snap. That one's back. That one's back. That one's back. And this one's only got 1.
That's awesome.
And
that's
that's not the end.
awesome. Isn't it?
No.
Okay.
Look, when I snap, 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 snap. This one has gone. This one has gone. This one has gone. And then they're all over here. And that is an end.
That's great. So that was a great performance, right? I mean, the beautiful thing about this is that you can literally, anything that you want to do with Matrix, I mean, anything at all, you can do with this. You can do it so you can go boom, boom, boom. But I mean, it's so visual, isn't it, in terms of what you can do? It really is just like absolutely astounding. I've never seen anything like this before. Actually, I have. The principle behind it reminds me a little bit of a Mark Mason routine that came out many years ago. It reminds me of that principle, but it's basically taken the Mark Mason principle. It might have been a Wayne Dobson thing that Mark Mason put out, I don't know. But either way, he's taken it and put it on steroids and bought the routine that you see here. What this is this is a set. This isn't just a trick. And this is the perfect example. You know, we look back at CTG, that's a trick. You're buying one moment of magic. This is about the same price as CTG, but what you're having here is you're having, I think there's like a 1 hour download. They talk about so many different things that you can do. They talk about ways of doing it online in a Zoom show or on TikTok or YouTube where you don't have to worry too much about your angles. Then they talk about ways that you can actually do it in the real world where you do have to be concerned about your angles. They've got lots of different versions of the Matrix. You know, they've got, Ryalnd did 3 versions there, didn't you? You did the normal Matrix, then you did the reverse Matrix, and then you did the instant Matrix. But but you can do appearances. They've got a 2-card version, which is really clever. The one thing I was disappointed about, I've got to be honest, there's a routine that they've actually been putting out there with Gleason, who's the creator of this. And he does it, he does basically an incredibly clean matrix with coasters. And what he does, he has 4 people hold their hands out and he puts a coin on each person's hand. He puts a coaster on each person's hand, then a coin, and then he covers the coins up with the cards and the coins disappear in their hands. And then and then what happens is all 4 coins appear underneath the coaster. It's so awesome in their hands. But you don't get that with this. You have to buy the coasters extra. So you have to go onto the RPR website and you have to buy the coasters as well, which is a bit of a shame because I thought you'd actually get it with this. But other than that, what are you doing? Other than that, I really like it. I mean, you know what? I was reading The Magic Cafe the other day, and you know who's one of my favourite coin magicians of all time? Dr.
Michael Rubinstein.
Dr. Michael Rubinstein. And he was asked a question on The Magic Cafe. Can you calm down for a minute? He was asked the question and it was like, is this any good? And Michael Rubinstein, he said he didn't like it that much. And the reason he didn't like it that much. And the reason he didn't like it is because it's almost, well, there are a few different reasons. You can look at it on the cafe. But one of the reasons is, he said it's too clean. It's kind of like, it's too good. It's kind of like the too perfect theory, and it's kind of like, you know, people might know how it works. And I totally get what he's talking about. Everything that you can do with this set, I can accomplish using regular coins and regular sleight of hand.
What?
So you could say, we could have the same argument with CTG that we've got with this, which is, if you can accomplish this with sleight of hand, why would you possibly want to use this? Well, I think the reason is with this, there are so many different options. Like, they've got this amazing coin appearance where 4 coins just appear. So like, you just take a card, you turn it over and 4 coins appear. There's so many other things that you can do with this. Like I say, it is a full set. And I do like the idea of routining a whole bunch of stuff together with this. They've got a really nice coin appearance. They've got a really nice transposition. I don't know. I know where Michael Rubinstein's coming from, and I can't help myself. I do really like this. And the thing I like the most is the coaster thing. I really like the idea. I've never seen Matrix walk around in someone's hand before. And now I know how this set works. I now know how the coaster thing works. And it would absolutely work. Imagine doing Matrix in the real world while they're holding... Do you need the toilet?
Yeah.
Is that why you're bouncing up and down? Do you want to go to the toilet and I'll finish this review off?
Yeah.
Go on then. I've lost my co-host because he has to go and piddle. Right, okay. That's what happens when you... I never had this with David Penn. And I was never in a situation where I was doing the Wizard product review and David Penn said, excuse me, I need to go off for a bit. I need to do a piss. That never happened. But apparently you get that with a 7-year-old. Anyway, I really like it. If you saw Ryland's performance, he loved it. He thought it was really good. I'm going to tell you right now, I know what he's going to give it. He's going to give it 100%, and rightfully so. You know, he gives a lot of tricks 100%, but this is definitely worth 100%. I'm going to use this. I don't know how much I'm going to use it. I think I'll use this. I've studied matrix for years, and there's very few times I actually get a chance to do matrix, because when I'm in the real world, I don't get a chance to perform it very often. I'll put this into my Zoom shows, I think. I'll have an overhead camera and I'll do this on my Zoom shows. And on Zoom, this is brilliant because it is so clean. Because you can turn it over, and rather than doing what Ryland did, which was flashing the cards, you can literally just turn them over. And it's nice that they've got handling for the virtual style performance, and then they've got handling for the real world performance as well. You know, if you're into coins, one thing to consider, you can't use $half for this. If you're in the UK, you can get 10 pences. You can also get euros, and you can get quarters. If you're Canadian, you're stuffed. But you know, English, we got 10p's, which is quite cool. So yeah, highly recommended. I'm going to give it like 85%. And to be honest, if I get the coaster thing, I'll report back to you. But if I get the coaster thing and the matrix in the hands works as well as I think it will with the coasters, that'll probably put me up to about 95%, because the idea of doing matrix in someone's hands, I think it's brilliant. So yeah, highly recommended. Especially if you're doing virtual shows, or if you're in a position where you know where you can do a matrix, and you know, because you can't do matrix all the time. It's a lot of money to spend if you're not getting a chance to do matrix. But if you are, I'd highly recommend it. Right? Did you have a nice time at the toilet? Are you okay now?
Yeah.
I gave it 100%. I said that you would give it.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, I thought so.
And by the way, that's another review show in a bag.
It is another review show in the bag. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the review show. There's some great products. Don't forget, if you do want to get a copy of my routine, just click the link down below and I will be more than happy to send you an unlisted video. Other than that, please do me a favor and subscribe to the channel, right? We go live every single day. Tomorrow we got a magic stuff. Friday we got a magic rant. Saturday an honest trailer. Sunday a Q&A. Monday a marketing for magicians. And then I'm back here next Wednesday with the Kid Magician. You can follow him on YouTube just by going and looking for The Kid Magician. I think you've got some really cool stuff going in your YouTube channel this week.
After this, we're going to play a bit of Mario Galaxy.
Yes, we are playing Mario Galaxy.
Yeah,
straight
and
after.
And Daddy doesn't know, but I completed the new dome, but he doesn't know yet, so he's going to see it.
I was doing a show, wasn't I? I was doing a virtual show while he was playing Mario. They don't need to know about me doing a virtual show and you playing Mario. They don't care. They just want to know what the tricks are like. Okay, shut up. Right, follow us on YouTube, subscribe to YouTube, do all the fun stuff. We'll be back next week. Thanks very much for watching. I'm Craig.
I'm Ryland.
See you next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.